Hey y'all, welcome to my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review for the reunion part 2 of 4. Clearly, I am not at my apartment in New York. I am in New Orleans right now at my mom's house. Well, my house too. But yeah, I apologize for getting this out on Friday, but I needed some time. So we left off last week on Andy grilling Erica about her marriage. If you want to leave me, divorce me. The question they left off on as a cliffhanger was Erica faithful to Tom Girardi? Now, she did have to think about it, but she said, until the divorce, yes, I've been faithful to him. Do we believe that? I don't believe that. Especially when she said that he cheated on her multiple times. So the first reel of this episode is dedicated to when the ladies first heard that Erica was divorcing Tom. And yes, we start out with so many contradictions. She was saying how happy she was in her marriage. Then all of a sudden, 2 days later, they're filing for divorce. Ooh, these close-ups of Erica right now at the reunion, just something is kind of off with her face. I'm not sure if the surgery didn't settle or she don't have her normal glam team. Just something looks a little off. So her excuse is all marriages are complex, and she highlighted the best of Tom on the show. Andy asked her, well, why didn't you leave Tom sooner? She's like, well, where could I go? Erica is saying that she was not in control of her finances and she had nowhere to go. She had 2 credit cards to her name, and that's when Andy points out, I know how much you make. And, you know, we heard that she makes $600,000 in a season. She's like, oh, well, my paychecks go to Tom. What? Do they? Because I remember, and there's clips of her saying that she's independent. So which is it? Like, you can't be smart and stupid. I don't know. I was told that she puts all this money into an LLC, I guess to avoid taxes or whatever, but it's just not adding up. It's not. So her whole life is on 2 credit cards, which still doesn't explain, okay, so now you're separated from Tom. How are you paying $9,000 a month for this house? Like, how are you maintaining right now? We'll get into that later. I think she answers that question. Since she's been making money, she has given every paycheck to Tom. It just doesn't add up with Erica's character. So she wouldn't have her own secret side account or nothing? Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. So now she's blaming the power dynamic. She said she didn't have any access. That's why she didn't leave. I want to believe her. I want to. But it's like either you were lying in the beginning or you're lying now. Like, either way, she's lied about her image. Lord, and here we go. Erica's saying she didn't have access to the money, and then we have Kyle, Dorit, and Renna like talking at the same time trying to defend Erica where her point is. It still don't make no sense to me. You didn't have no access to the money at all. So now Andy's asking, well, you are entitled to some money since you've been with them over 10 years. Because of California law, like, you get half of everything. Now, that's the only thing I can give Erica leeway on. Because of Tom's ties to like the legal system or whatever, I could see him manipulating the courts where she gets nothing. Andy's kind of drilling her hard. Like, she's answering every question, but I just don't believe what she's saying. And her little cronies, her sheep, are trying to help her. The $1 million question that he just asked her is the liability. Did you see that the ship was sinking? That's why you left. Oh, she got some help with this one from her lawyers. I saw that he was sinking. Okay. That wasn't the question, but I guess she answered that. She is really spinning this web. Like, you know, I am the victim. I had no access. Woe is me. It was all him. I still love him though. I'm still in this perfect marriage though. It's just too much. It's too much. And it just blows my mind how people's like, I believe Erica. Yes, Erica, we've all seen those pictures of him with the black eye because he wanted to be captured with the black eye because it would help his case. Like, I don't think people are understanding. Yes, he's losing his memory and his like cognitive faculties, but he's been stealing money from people for decades. So was he on the mental decline like 15 years ago, 10 years ago? Like, it doesn't matter if he was on the decline 2 or 3 years ago. What about then? So lucky for Erica, she tells Andy that she's not at liberty to say when she sought counsel. That helps her a lot. Ooh, the questions are coming like this, like this, like this. Some of them I'm like, okay, I see why her divorce isn't finalized because like it's an ongoing case. The conservatorship too. They also asked why did she lie to Garcelle about infidelity? She said because of who it was. Okay, and then she said there was more of them. Again, this has nothing to do if Tom Girardi is guilty or not. We know he stole that money. It's so obvious that this woman left because she saw the sinking ship. The question is, did she know about the other women? She said she knew of 3. She confronted him about 2 of them, and 1 she found out when she got separated. I mean, this is a busy man for him to be like, 70 or something. And is his mental faculties there as he's cheating on you, Erica? It's just so many ways you can poke holes in her story. So she's talking about how she texts back one of Tom's mistresses on his flip phone. Nice tits, stupid bitch. Like, I'm glad she can laugh about this now. I really don't think she cared that this man had mistresses. Let's just be real. Ooh, so now Kyle is in the hot seat. So Andy asked her, what rumors did you hear about Tom's affair and why didn't you share it with Erica? Kyle is tongue-tied and she looks in Erica's direction like a child looking at their mom for approval to answer a question. Erica got these women wrapped around her finger. Oh my God. Maybe Kyle. Keep that same energy that you have in the confessionals. Oh, so now Erica gave you little hints that she wasn't happy. Now, okay, this does not add up. These women came in with the pact that they would protect Erica Jane. Here go Dorit chiming in. Yeah, you just hear a lot of rumors. Shut up. Shut up. You had your turn last episode, part 1. We are talking to Erica right now. Honestly, I think Dorit can really leave the couch. Like, we're done with her arc. It's so hard looking at Kyle in these close-ups and not laugh. Like, this hairstyle she has is completely ridiculous. Like, she looks crazy. So Erica explains the reason why she leaked those text messages and pictures of Tom's mistress is because of the article saying that she divorced because of the sham marriage and she's hiding money. She said she did it out of anger. And then Garcelle co-signs her and says, I get it. And if y'all don't remember, Garcelle, I think, put her ex on blast to all his colleagues, I think, through email when he cheated on her. Which I can understand it on Garcelle's end, but Erica don't need your help, Garcelle. She really don't. So here's the question I was talking about earlier. Like, if she didn't have any type of access to her finances, how did she get a home, like access to all this shit moving without Tom knowing? And she says she can't answer it, but she was well in her legal bounds in doing it. What she did was legal. Maybe she got a sugar daddy, or maybe she does have some finances that she had. I don't know. I don't believe her, y'all. Do y'all right now? Do y'all believe Erica Jane? Hands in the audience of who believes Erica Jane right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. So someone brought up a good question to Erica saying that Tom was all alert and everything last season when he was telling the stories to all the ladies. So then how is it now he's on mental decline? She paused for a minute and looks at Andy. He was on a loop. He tells these stories all the time. And now he can't tell you nobody's names in this room. So then she motions for Kyle to speak up and says, tell him about your friend Jen. So Kyle's friend Jen told her that when she watched that episode, she saw similarities in Tom that she saw in her mom with severe dementia. Oh, just because Kyle's friend says she sees it, then it must be happening with Tom. Erica says, thank you. And then Dorit speaks up and she says, well, you know what? Now that you bring that up, that can totally be the case. And then Renna speaks up. She's like, oh yeah, Lois does it all the time, just speaking in loops. They came in with a pact to protect this lion woman. The camera's on Crystal. I think I'm Crystal in that moment. Like, what are they doing right now? Like, they're clearly protecting her. How about we get a specialist involved instead of getting Kyle's friend Jen? Comparing Tom to what she saw on television and what her mom is going through. I thought that scene was such bullshit. Such bullshit. That man knew what was going on in that moment. Like, come on. They must think the viewers are stupid. They really do. They are insulting our intelligence, y'all. Wait a minute, did she just change her car story again? Because she says she was the one that brought him to the hospital. She was the one that found him. But the very first time she told that story, didn't she come back from Tokyo and heard about it? Somebody sent me a video of a fan splicing 5 different stories Erica told about that damn car accident. And everything is about, oh, well, it started after the accident. Clearly it was before. And what does this help? What does this help? It still doesn't help his case because, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, he's been stealing money from people for years. Now she's talking about the anesthesia angle that she added to the story. She sent it to her dear friend, who just so happens to be an orthopedic surgeon, saying that she didn't want him to go under anesthesia. And I'm guessing under his recommendation, that's why they didn't do it. I don't know. I don't know. And then I'm still confused because the question was, well, did you leave him because he was on the decline? And she said no. So what was it? You didn't want to leave immediately because of the cheating, not because of the mental decline, not because of the lawsuit or the accusation. So what was it? Since you were telling everybody a season ago that you were oh so happy. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired. I'm tired of the lies. I'm so glad I could be as loud as I want to in my mom's house. I have no neighboring apartment. I could be loud. Sorry. Also, she said, sorry, I'm not angry. I'm angry. What? Sorry, I'm not lying. I'm lying. So the next question for Erica is, knowing what she knows now, would she still would have married Tom? She pauses for a second and she says, I'm at a place where I don't know who I was married to. For 20 years, heifer, 20 years. You didn't know who you were married to? I mean, come on. At 27, she married him when he was like, what, 59, 60? She knew what she was doing. She knew it. Again, like this answer ain't enough for me. Again, we get another soliloquy about how she's the victim. Woo, we are almost 20 minutes in, and all the questions have been to Erica. So now the question involves like the act that Tom did. And Erica really fixed her lips to say, I really hope that it's not true. Then who stole the money? Who stole the money? Did y'all see the special on Hulu? He stole the money. He did that, Rashida. She's like, that is not the man that I married. It really is, though. Erica, get down to the bottom of what? And she said only one side of the story is being told. The victim side is being told right now. I can't. What am I watching right now? It's frustrating me. Here we go with Kyle again trying to defend Erica. Son didn't even know she owned the baseball team. We're now getting into like what having a divorce reveals. Like when you have these rich, powerful men, you find out the forensics, as Sutton was trying to say. A normal divorce, a normal one, not one involving stolen money from people, particularly burn victims, orphans, and widows. She's trying to make this case to everybody that she didn't know. And it's quite common in other marriages that the wives don't know what the husbands were doing. So yes, Erica, they can sort out the money, but the money is spent. Like Sutton said, he spent it. Well, at least Erica admitted it. Like, I have to worry about myself. She's been worried about herself. She does not give a fuck about the victims. She is the victim in all this. She's basically telling Andy that his life is over. I'm 50. I'm trying to fight my way out of this. She is acting her ass off. Like, after her soliloquy, she's like, and that's why I'm feisty. Sorry, give me a tissue. I would be shocked if she does not get an Emmy nomination. So now it looks like Andy is giving Erica a break. So now we're focusing on the other wives. And I mean, he asked Crystal about her housekeeper, Dorit about her dress line, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Lord. So now we get Dorit's reel. And basically it's like she talks too much. So she's defending herself to Andy, and then Andy actually yawns as she's talking to him. He tried to hold it in and swallow the yawn, but it was very apparent. I mean, I'm yawning as I'm watching Dorit. It is funny that she called him out on it. Am I boring you? He says no, but Andy's shady. He knows it. So the next question is for Kyle, and they're asking, oh, well, there's multiple people, Garcelle, Dorit, and Carlton, saying that you talk over people. Is it a chance that you're the problem? Garcelle is like, who's Carlton? So if y'all don't know, Carlton is from that awful season. I think it was season 4. Season 4 or 5. The witch. Ooh, she was a mean witch. Literally. After Garcelle says, who's Carlton? Kyle's like, exactly. 5 points, Kyle. 5 points. She's lucky because Carlton made Kyle likable. Then we get a flashback of Carl, don't you dare command me. Don't you dare. Ooh, what a failure of a housewife. A one and done. I can't wait to read it in the book. Y'all know I bought that book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé. Please pick it up, y'all. It is so good. Oh, Lord. We talking about Dorit versus Kyle. Fast forward. They just trying to give Crystal something to do. Oh, so now Dorit's being grilled about that comment when you were talking about race. How she knows black and brown people because they work for her. She's trying to explain that. She's saying that, you know, she messes up her words sometimes, and if she could take it back, she could. Garcelle is giving her some grace, saying, you know, it was a tough conversation for everybody, including me. I think it was a healthy argument. Okay, fine. But I still don't think Dorit have any black friends. Nose jobs? Really? Can we stop asking about the women's plastic surgery if it had nothing to do with the storyline? Thanks. So now we're on Lisa's reel, and I'm guessing her storyline was about her daughter dating Scott Disick and Harry Hamlin giving Garcelle the sauce. I guess. I mean, it's not like her daughters are likable. I mean, okay, so your privileged daughter who knew what she was getting into by dating Scott Disick broke up with him. To your delight. Next. I know that had to be weird for Lisa Rinna knowing that she knows Kris Jenner, who, like, basically Scott is her son-in-law, technically, since he never married her daughter. Now we're talking about age gaps, and then Andy brings Crystal into the conversation again because Crystal really has nothing to do. I'm wondering why Kris Jenner or the Kardashians would care what Kyle would say about Scott Disick. Scott Disick is a dick, an asshole, and a little bit of a pedophile. In my opinion. Oh my God, all these fluff questions. I mean, I get it that they're trying to give Erica a break, but whew, this is screaming filler. They could have edited this out and gave us just 3 parts. I called this from the first part of the reunion. I knew Lisa Rinna was gonna bring that damn sauce to the reunion and give it to Andy or give it to Garcelle. Like, I knew she was gonna do that. And now they're talking about how sexy Harry Hamlin is and how good of a husband he is to his wife, Lisa. Again, I don't care about Harry Hamlin. So now the next reel is dedicated to Kyle and her sister Kathy's relationship and how they got it back on track. They are really starting from like the beginning of the season to now in flashbacks. So after that reel, we see Kathy getting very emotional and Kyle's comforting her. We're talking about Kathy's reaction to seeing the iconic scene between Kyle and Kim. You stole my goddamn house! You're a liar and a second alcoholic! Those scenes, oh my God. Iconic Beverly Hills. Like, when I saw that first season, I was hooked. And she's just saying as the older sister, she's just wondering what would her mom do in this situation. It was very painful to see her 2 sisters fighting like that. Now we're talking about Kyle's one and done TV show. I mean, I think Kathy is secretly happy that it was canceled, and that's why she's friends with her sister again. Yeah, it seems every time Kathy brings her mom up, she gets very, very emotional. Which she should. I mean, I get it. I mean, you never really get over losing a parent. Wow. Like she is sobbing right now. Whew. And all we see is the back of Kyle's tacky ass hairstyle as she's comforting her sister. Huh. And that is where the episode ends. So this one, it wasn't on fire as part 1. Like, they started out hot with asking Erica questions, and Andy was right. Like, they spent 20 minutes just asking Erica questions. I know they can't just spend the whole reunion doing it. They have to give, like, some camera time to the other ladies. What this showed me was Crystal and Dorit, they really don't need to come back. They really don't. We can replace them. Preferably with LVP, Camille. Hell, I'll take Eileen. We can get one of Garcelle's friends. I think they just taking up space. Anytime they were brought up, I was just like, I really don't care. Also, I'm just getting kind of tired of Erica's lies. I mean, y'all noticed how most of Fox Force 5 stuck up for her. They came in with a pact to protect their leader. I'm guessing it's working there, but it's not working on us, the viewers. But all in all, I thought it was a decent part 2. Like, I really think they could have made it 3 parts if they really wanted to, but they milking the fuck out of it. Advertising dollars, the ratings are through the roof. I get it. Y'all let me know if y'all believe Erika Jayne or anything she said in this part 2 reunion. I'm gonna get back to my food tour in New Orleans. So make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.